Hello, my cooking friends and family. I'm going to show you one of my versions of meatloaf. So I've got some extra lean ground turkey, a good quality egg. I do try to find organic ground turkey when I can. A little bit of olive oil, just a splash of olive oil. I'm going to use a little dash of ketchup. I'm going to make a little sweet sauce on top. I put in a little bit of breadcrumbs that you saw, but this is kind of my little trick that I like to do for spaghetti sauces and chilies, anything I can. So this is just pulverized vegetables that I like to keep on hand, and you can even freeze these and pull them out. And what I do is I just have, let's see, anything I have on hand. This time I did bell pepper, celery, carrots, onion. I think that was what that was. And you can do as much or as little as you want, but that just gives extra veg, extra flavor. But it gets your kids eating vegetables, and I really am a big believer that it helps them start craving vegetables when you feed vegetables to them without them knowing. I feel like when you do expose them to like whole vegetables, their body is like already wanting them and craving them, if that makes sense. That's just my philosophy. So a little dabble do, or as much as you want to do. And then I season it up with my little spicy mix that I keep on hand. Usually I do salt, pepper, or sea salt, coarse black pepper. I have been known to put like Italian seasoning in here. You can just make it a million different ways. And so basically I just get a feel for it. If I feel like I need to add more breadcrumbs, I do. My clean hands are my best tool in my kitchen. So I'm just gonna mix that, and so I will probably to this one add some more breadcrumbs. You can add crushed up crackers too, which are fantastic in meatloaf. So I am gonna work on this and then go from there. All right, so you can see my little flecks of veggies, and I love that because they can't pick it out. They can't pick out the vegetables when they're pulverized into the meat like that. So basically what I did is I'm making bone broth today too, and all the veggies that I use for my bone broth, I also made a batch of this yumminess too. And I'm gonna save the rest of this for either some taco meat, mix-ins, or some spaghetti meat. I'll add it to one of those. I love to do that to bulk up my meat and, like I said, get all that extra veg into my children. Look how beautiful. I'm telling you, I love to top this a million different ways, but I'll show you kind of how to keep it kid friendly. So I do just a little bit of ketchup, mustard, and then I like brown sugar because I feel like it gives a little caramelization as it cooks to it. And so you can just decide. I'm not a huge fan of like sweet meats, so I don't overdo it with the sugar, but just enough to kind of give it a hint of taste. And then you can also add a little salt to this too, so it's a little salty sweet mix, but you can kind of see the feel for that. And then I'm just gonna ice the top of this with this yummy mixture. And you can taste this, there's nothing raw here. So you can taste this to get it to kind of the feel and taste that you're after before you put it on your meatloaf too. All right, there is this beautiful meatloaf. So I don't put a ton of ketchup on top, just a little bit to give it a nice little sweet first bite for the kids. And then I'm gonna cover this in foil, and then I will cook it at 350 for about an hour until I make sure that it's fully done. All right, so this just got out of a 350 degree oven for 1 hour hot, and it's perfect. Now, at this point, I do like to take the foil off and kind of put it back in for just a smidge. Don't worry about drying out that meatloaf. Yes, it's extra lean ground turkey, but it's got olive oil and all those veggies in there. It's not dry, I promise. You can do a meat thermometer and get it out earlier if you want, as long as your thermometer reads that it is cooked. So now I'm just gonna pop it back in for a second and let that kind of brown sugary ketchup layer do its magical little caramelization on top. You guys, I love cooking for my family. I grew up in Texas, so I'm a Southern girl, and I always have loved to cook and eat. And I do try to think of ways that I can clean it up for my family and keep it a little skinny, because girl likes to eat. Anyway, a little pop back in the oven. You can kind of decide 5-10 minutes. You can even put a little broiler on it just to get that little kind of crispy edge is what I'm after. And voila, you have delicious meatloaf. And I'll show you some other ways I make it too, but this is just so good. It's definitely kid friendly because the veggies are hidden in there, if you will. But I just so appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for watching, and just like, share, subscribe if there's something you want to see me cook for you, and clean it up, if you will, or even just go for it and make it full calorie. I'll do it. So make sure you comment below, and I just appreciate all of the encouragers out there. Like, share, subscribe, and God bless y'all.